Welcome, this is John Hyman from Commercial Real Estate Online. If this is the first time you're visiting us, this is a special video for commercial real estate brokerage around the world. And of course you can visit our website at commercial-realestate-training.com to get plenty of tips, tools and ideas relating to commercial real estate brokerage. So in this particular video, I want to talk about one thing, and that is lead generation and sellers lists. The sellers that could one day give you quality listing stock. So you should have a process here that can build lead generation over time. So there is a good foundation here that you can work with. In commercial real estate brokerage, there are plenty of things that you can do with a seller's list, and indeed you should do. It's a good foundation of new business opportunities if you do it correctly. It is a personal thing. It's up to you, and you can build it into your business model. So develop the list for yourself and work it deeply for your real estate business. Of course, the people on the list are ideally potential sellers of property in your location over time. It's a special list. You should be working with it. So let's look a little bit further. So there are some connections here to think about. The connections established with property owners as potential sellers in your territory can be logical, they can be researched, and they can be gathered over time. That's part of the daily prospecting model that you should have in your business. Look for new people. Look for people that could be sellers of property at some stage and connect with them. So the list is then a generous source of leads and sales opportunities for you and your brokerage, your business over time. So what do you do here? What do you do to get this seller's list process underway? So there are some things to think about. Frequent ongoing contact with potential property owners or property owners today as sellers is a wise strategy to build relationships and the appropriate levels of trust. Now this takes time, and it does take a strategic approach. Have you got a seller's list, and do you work it? That is an important question if you want to build reasonable commissions in your real estate business. So let's look at list management. There are precincts and zones to think about. Identify the zones in your territory that relate to and support the inquiries and the growth patterns of the local area. When you understand the priority precincts and zones, you can do something with growth in new business. Of course, you should know the streets. Prioritize the streets in your zones and the precincts. Some streets will be better than others from an investment perspective. Get to know the owners in those streets. Of course, owners versus owner-occupiers are two different things. You can work with investors, you can work with business owners, and they are different. Know the differences that are existing for the owners of local property in each group, in each street. Research the buildings. Know the better buildings and the locations of each building. Of course, there may be many tenants in each building, and that's a good thing because there are some people there for you to connect with as well. So, you're contacting the property owners, be they owner-occupiers or be they investors. There are opportunities there to understand and work with. There are land issues, classes of building, zones and precincts. So work each of them with lists specifically for the process. So let's look at list communication number 1. What will you do first to connect with people, the sellers of property? Property owners needing local comparisons. All property owners and business owners are concerned about their property investment and how it compares to others in the region. So you've got something to talk about. Understand what's going on and share that information into the local area. Use regular sales reports from the zone as discussion points and interesting topics to compare with and talk about in any listing presentation or even meeting or connection. List communication number 2. You can provide updates on prices and rents. You can create some simple graphs of rents and price changes in a region across property types and zones of activity. Information is valuable, it's interesting, it's a reason for someone to listen to you. The visual approach has great advantages in our industry. So use graphs, use a visual approach on perhaps your tablet or your computer or perhaps a printed piece of paper, but either way, the graphs show numbers. That allows you to talk about what's going on with prices and rents. So factor number 3. You can provide updates on time on market. You can explain the differences that apply to open listings versus exclusive listings. And of course there will be differences. The time on market will be much longer when it comes to open listings. So show the trends and the advantages of exclusivity, the exclusive listing process in your region, and talk about what you do as part of exclusivity. Use plenty of photographs as part of sharing property listing trends and market processes. So there are 3 things there to think about and implement into your business model, connecting with sellers. So, item number 4, something else to talk about. Factors of supply and demand. Some properties and locations will have the greater levels of inquiry, so understand that. You can chart the trends that apply to supply and demand in your location. That is the future supply of property coming into the community, into the business community, and into the location. The graphing process again gives you credibility to your observations. You can show that you understand what's going on with supply and demand. So you can work with off-market transactions as well. You can share the information of those transactions that don't hit the community and the open eye of investors in the location. You can have a close connection with local property sellers. That will help you encourage off-market transactions, a sale and purchase situation before your competitors even know that it's going on. So I've mentioned a number of things here for you, and you can get the ebook which summarizes these things at the website. So take all of these points and shape them into a seller's list, a process of connecting with sellers regularly over time. It is a canvassing approach to your real estate business. There are many things that you can do to optimize the connection with sellers. As I said, you can download this ebook from the particular web page at the website. So here is the link if you'd like to download the ebook. It's a free ebook from the website. So go to our website, which is commercial-realestate-training.com, and search the field which says how to use a seller's list as a listing lead generator. There's the link. You can see it on the screen. That will help you download the ebook from the site. So my name is John Hyman. Thank you for listening to the program today. It's all about how to work with sellers and to create opportunity from a seller's list in your commercial real estate brokerage. See you at the website.